Saturday in Melrose Mountain, Tryon, North Carolina, higher ground, and we're in Mark chapter 4. We come into a section that's called the parable of the sower. Jesus has been teaching the multitudes as well as his disciples, and here he tells a parable, which is one of the few parables that he actually explains. He's very often said that parables are for those that are spiritually minded and they'll understand them, and they're ones that people would not understand if they're not spiritually minded. But here his disciples ask him specifically the meaning of this parable, and he explains the parable. It's found also in Matthew chapter 13, verses 1 and following, and in Luke chapter 8, verses 4 through 15. We all know the story quite well. It's a very favorite subject for preachers to preach on, for it's about witnessing. And we have the sower who goes out to sow seed. It says some of the seed fell on rocky soil, some of it fell in thorn-infested soil, some of it fell on hard road soil, and some found good soil. And of course, we see that the seed does not take hold in any of the soils except the good soil. Some it appears to. In the rocky soil, there's no depth of soil. In the thorny soil, things of the world and things of life crowd out the seed. And then we have the seed that falls on the hard ground along the roadway that the birds come along and eat before it has a chance to take and germinate into a hard ground. But it's very interesting. He says the seed that fell on the good soil gave forth a crop 30, 60, and 100-fold. Now, this ought to be encouraging to us because as Jesus explains this parable, he says the sower are witnesses who go out and sow the gospel message. The soils are the different types of people who will hear this good news, who will hear the witnessing of others. And he wants us to realize that there will be variable results. Some will never really take root at all. It's just as if their hearts have been so hardened, it's like a hard path along a roadway. Some of it seems to take hold, but the ground is so rocky that the seed never has a chance to really get down into the ground. And when tough times come, in this case they say the sun, but when tough times come it withers and dies. And some seems to take hold, but the thorns and the wealth of this world and the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eye and the pride of life just overcrowds the seed, and the seed is choked out. I can actually really realize exactly that kind of a picture here on higher ground. We planted some grass seed, and some of it took hold and some of it didn't take hold, and for the same reasons that this parable was told. And there's places where I planted a garden, a vegetable garden, and the same thing happened there, as some of the seed took hold and some of it didn't take hold. Jesus wants us to realize that as we witness, there will be variable results. But just think about it for a minute. For all of those hundreds of places of soil where they did not receive the soil, did not receive the seed, there is that good soil which put forth 30, 60, and 100-fold. So if you impact one or two lives during your lifetime, it may produce as much as 60 or 100-fold over what would have been otherwise. So don't be discouraged in witnessing. Don't be discouraged in sowing the seed of God. You see, Jesus has prepared us for the fact that there will be variable results. But some of it's going to find good soil, and that's going to produce even more. I hope that you'll not be discouraged as you witness to others, as you share the good news of Jesus Christ. I hope you'll remember that Jesus told this parable to his own disciples so that they would understand that not every person you witness to is going to bring forth fruit, but the ones that do will bring forth far more fruit than if all of the others had just brought forth a little fruit. So don't be discouraged. Just keep sharing the good news of Jesus Christ. Now, today I'm sitting in a different chair. You can see my chair behind me, and you can tell that I'm not sitting in it. So I thought you might like to see why I'm not able to sit in my chair. Let me just move the camera. Hope I don't make you motion sick. And show you what's happening over here on my chair. Can you see Jasmine, our calico cat, who has taken over my chair? And needless to say, you can tell it's not bothering her a bit. She's getting a good nap out of it. Well, that's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.